A man stands at the edge of sleep, staring at himself through a fogged bathroom mirror, but the reflection isn't synchronized. It moves first, calmly adjusting its collar, smirking, eyes gleaming with purpose. A flicker of charisma, a trace of danger. Last night, he dreamt he was drowning in velvet water while a wolf watched from the shore. The wolf didn't snarl or pace. It simply observed, patient, familiar, inhuman, and its eyes looked exactly like his father's. He didn't ask what it meant. He never does. Instead, he poured coffee, checked his email, and went about pretending he didn't feel it, that slight ache in the ribs, like a memory knocking from the inside. He doesn't remember the full dream, only the fear, the elegance of the drowning, the wolf's gaze, the silent knowledge that whatever was watching him wasn't done with him yet, because some dreams don't fade. They linger, got they scheme, and somewhere deep in his mind, in a chamber he never visits by daylight, something whispered, "You're not just dreaming to survive. You're dreaming to win." The mystery deepens. The dream that outsmarts you. Why do some dreams feel more real than memory? Why do we bolt awake with hearts pounding from images we can't explain? A staircase that never ends. A door we're forbidden to open. A voice we know, speaking in riddles. Why do these fragments echo louder than the events of our waking lives? You felt it, that moment you wake up from a dream and it clings to your skin like smoke. You feel changed, but can't say why. Most people shrug. Just a weird dream. But then it happens again. The same theme, the same symbol. The same room. As if something or someone is staging a ritual behind your eyes. It's not nonsense. It's language. The subconscious doesn't speak in grammar. It speaks in image, tension, and repetition. It speaks through the hidden theater of your emotions. And every night, it performs. Not to entertain, but to inform. Not to distract you from life, but to prepare you for it. If you're not listening, you're losing. The concept introduced, Jung and the inner Prince. Carl Jung's contribution to modern psychology wasn't just in therapy, it was in mythology. He saw the human psyche not as a machine, but as a mythic map, filled with symbols, riddles, and archetypes that repeat across time, culture, and dreamed. At the heart of Jungian psychology is the idea of the collective unconscious, a shared psychic inheritance. It's why people across cultures dream of falling, flying, or being chased. Why gods and monsters in ancient stories mirror our modern anxieties. Your dreams are not private hallucinations. They're echoes from the deep. Jung mapped these echoes into archetypes, the shadow, the dark rejected parts of yourself you deny, the Anima, Animus, your inner feminine masculine soul counterpart, the wise old man woman, your intuition personified, the hero, the part of you on a journey of becoming, the trickster, the disruptive force that leads to unexpected growth. Each archetype lives inside you, and in your dreams, they emerge, masked, metaphorical, magnetic. Not to confuse you. To recruit you. Deeper dive, the Machiavellian mind beneath the pillow. What happens when you stop interpreting dreams as messages and start seeing them as strategy? Machiavelli understood power not as dominance, but as foresight, the ability to anticipate human behavior, identify leverage, and manipulate narratives toward advantage. His book, The Prince, was less about tyranny and more about calculated wisdom. Apply that lens to your dreams, and a new picture forms. That recurring dream of being chased? It's not fear, it's your subconscious screaming. You're avoiding confrontation. That dream of public failure? It's not humiliation, it's rehearsal. Preparing you for shame so you can face it without flinching. That intimate dream with someone you barely know? It's not lust, it's a projection of some unlived truth within you. These aren't passive experiences. They're pre-battle briefings. Your subconscious is a strategist. It watches your waking life, identifies your weaknesses, tests them in dream scenarios. And when it trusts you're ready, it escalates. Jung taught us that when we repress the shadow, it grows stronger. Machiavelli would say, Recruit it. Give the shadow a seat at the war table, not to control you, but to advise you. The turning point shadow integration as strategic weapon shadow work isn't about defeating your dark side. It's about understanding why it exists. You rage because you feel powerless. You manipulate because you crave safety. You lie because truth feels like exposure. And in your dreams, these parts stop hiding. You scream at your mother. You strike a child. You kill your boss. You become the villain. But these dreams aren't prophecy. They're permission slips. The psyche's way of asking, can I show you what you're capable of so you can choose differently? In a dream, there are no laws. No PR team. No reputation. Only impulse and consequence. The perfect battlefield for self-awareness. By integrating your shadow, you begin to see your sabotage not as weakness, but as strategy misdirected. You don't silence the inner saboteur. You ask it, what have you been trying to protect? The answer may terrify you and liberate you. Dream analysis in action case. Studies from the mind. Let's look at 3 dream examples and how their Machiavellian meaning plays out. Dream 1. The elevator that only goes down the dream. You're in an office tower. You step into an elevator and press the top floor, but it descends past sub-basements into darkness. You can't stop it. Interpretation. The ego wants success, but the subconscious is telling you that until you confront your buried fears, the lower floors, you're not ready to ascend. It's urging integration before elevation. Machiavellian move. Don't push upward. Dig deeper. Investigate what you're avoiding. A failing relationship, a toxic business partner, a repressed trauma. Only through descent do you earn real authority. Dream 2. The party where no one sees you. Dream. You're at a party with people you admire. You speak, laugh, wave, but no one responds. You're invisible. Interpretation. This symbolizes a fear of irrelevance or a deeper truth. You're suppressing your authentic self to gain acceptance. Machiavellian move. Strategic withdrawal. Stop performing for validation. Recalibrate your social persona. Be seen only when it serves your actual mission, not your wounded ego. Dream 3. The mirror that shows someone else. The dream. You look in the mirror and see a stranger. Smile. You feel uneasy. Interpretation. Your Anima Animus is asking for recognition. You're out of alignment, living from an incomplete identity, denying emotional or creative instincts. Machiavellian move. Court the stranger. Study what you've denied. Integrate it into your brand, your art, your relationships. What you resist becomes your greatest leverage. Dream work techniques. How to turn dreams into tools here. How to begin strategic dream interpretation in your own life. 1. Dream journaling. Keep a journal at your bedside. Upon waking, write everything, even fragments. Label emotional tone. Fear, desire, confusion, awe. Repeat this daily. Patterns will emerge. 2. Free association. Circle the 3 strangest symbols in your dream. Ask, what does this remind me of? Keep writing. Let your intuition speak. The less logical it feels, the more truthful it often is. 3. Visualization. Re-enter the dream with your eyes closed. Ask the character, why are you here? Let them answer. This is active imagination, Jung's preferred method for self-dialogue. Your dreams aren't just emotional residue. They are an encrypted pattern recognition system. They tell you when a partnership is decaying. When your ambition has become self-harm. When your inner child is planning a coup. They reveal the game behind the game. And if you learn to read the board, every dream becomes a move. Jung's therapy sought wholeness. Machiavelli sought mastery. Together, you get strategic wholeness. Wisdom that acts. Not just insight. Tactics. Back at the mirror. You stare again. But now your reflection nods. It knows you've begun listening. The wolf is still there, in the water. But it no longer watches in judgment. It waits, loyal, dangerous. Yours. And tonight when you sleep, you won't run. You'll walk into the dream with a pen, because your story is no longer being written by your subconscious thought, it's being written with it. To master the world, first master your myth. If a single image from your dream haunts you, or if you've ever met your shadow in sleep, leave a comment with one word. It said to you. Your subconscious is listening, and it wants you to respond. See you in the next video.